Good morning, Montclair High School. I hope everyone has had a great first month of school. My name is Mr. Fiorenza. I'm the Assistant Principal of Discipline here at Montclair. Before I talk a little bit about my job, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a father of three kids that go to school just like each and every one of you here. The most important thing to me every single day is that my three kids come home to me safely at the end of the day. As Assistant Principal of Discipline, that is exactly my job here at Montclair. It's to keep 3,000 people on campus safe and in a safe environment so that you can go home and see your families each and every night. Before I continue with today's information, I'd like to introduce you to a few other staff members that are very helpful in keeping you folks safe throughout the day. First, I'd like to introduce you to my boss and your amazing principal, Miss Sines.
Miss Sines' steady hand and guidance is always something I rely on when situations occur on campus. Next, I'd like to introduce you to our Assistant Principal of Instruction, Mr. Cho. Mr. Cho is in charge of scheduling classes and making sure correct numbers of students are in each classroom. Next on my list is Assistant Principal of Achievement, Miss Barberry. Miss Barberry is in charge of monitoring your A through G status and your grad status. Our last assistant principal is Mr. Garnica. He's in charge of Ed Services, which includes athletics and activities on campus. The next group of individuals I'd like to introduce you to are your counselors. Our 9th and 11th grade counselors are Mr. Reynoso, Mrs. Koyman, and Miss Ousley. Our 10th and 12th grade counselors are Miss Selesky, Mrs. Markley, and Miss Cornejo. Some of the most familiar faces you'll see on campus include our campus officers. They combine for over 60 years of experience here at Montclair High School. Starting off that list is our most veteran officer, Mrs. Guerra. Our next officer is Mr. Lopez. Here you see Mr. Vandenberg. Mr. Cuevas is our newest member on the team. He's also a football coach. Last and certainly not least is Mr. Randon. The last two individuals that ensure your safety are Miss Reina Gonzalez and Officer Bergman. Miss Gonzalez has been at Montclair for 16 years, and Officer Bergman has been with Montclair PD for 4 years.
Now that I've introduced you to our staff members, I'd like to discuss the importance of this video.
The Chaffee Joint Union High School District and Montclair High School is committed to a safe environment for all students. Therefore, the district will not allow any weapons or aggressive behavior on campus. The following violations will result in a site-level disciplinary meeting. If the charges are documented, a recommendation for expulsion may be made. This may include, but is not limited to, the following: the possession, use, furnishing, or selling of all weapons or dangerous objects. Folks, this includes scissors. If you need scissors, ask your teacher. Or any other sharp object that could be perceived as a dangerous object. Or the possession, use, furnishing, or selling of any controlled substance. This includes all drugs, including prescription drugs. If you have a prescription drug on campus, you need to check it in through the school nurse. The next on the list is causing or attempting to cause or threatening to cause physical injury to another person or property. This can also be seen as a threat through social media. The last one on the list is sexual assault or battery, sexual harassment, or lewd acts. These are some of the major offenses I've seen here in my office. Next, I'd like to talk to you about the dress code. Each teacher has this list posted in their room. With females, the most common offense I see on campus is excessively revealing clothing. Please remember, no spaghetti straps, and your tank tops must at least have 2-inch straps on top. With males, the most common violation is hats. Gentlemen, keep your hats at home. You may purchase a hat here at the student store, but the real rule is Montclair hats only, please. Thank you. The definition of sexual harassment is unwelcome sexual advances, requests, or sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature made by someone from or in a work or educational setting. Ladies and gentlemen, this can be physical, verbal, nonverbal, and or third party. The important thing to remember with regards to sexual harassment is that it's not based necessarily on the intent, but it's the perception of folks around them. What everybody needs to understand is that reports of sexual harassment are going to always be taken seriously from my office. Students, we live in a world in which the phone is a part of our body. We are videotaping, posting, criticizing, and communicating through these devices on a daily basis. Social media creates a record of all things good and bad. When posting, always think about your audience. Do you want your grandparents to see the things that you post in your spam account? Please don't post anything that you will be embarrassed of, or anything that may get you in trouble at school. All threats, even if you are joking, will result in a disciplinary action from the school. Next, I'd like to discuss our We Tip poster. If you see or hear something, say something. These posters are located in each and every classroom and on multiple buildings throughout the school. Please stop by and get one if you need one, teachers. Thank you.
This now concludes our Safe Schools video. I'd like to thank everyone for a great start to a new year. My door is always open if you have any questions. Thank you. Have a good day. Teachers, at this time, please have your students sign on the sign-in sheet that was given to you in your mailboxes. Please return it to me by Friday. Have a good day.